Hi, I'm Wendy Ladd and welcome to the Fabulous Fit and Fantastic Show. I've got two outstanding guests today. One is Cheryl Millett and the other is Sean Prue. Both of them fall definitely 100% into all three categories. They are fabulous, fit, and fantastic. I have some really great news to share with you. Just came off of a wonderful trip to from Los Angeles, California, and it is totally official that our show has actually launched live in Los Angeles. I was with Lisa Nichols. She was my first official guest. She was outstanding. Scott Evans, motivator speaker, really great gentleman that is off the cuff creating inventions like crazy. Cherry Bomb TV was also there. Marsha Engel, and Creative Visionaries with Lisa Mae Brunson. So I'm just going to share a little bit about Creative Visionaries. It's going to be a global network, and Lisa is actually looking for people that have a reality show, a health show, or if you're a talk show host like myself, you can actually send to me at wendy@wendyladd.com an email, and I will definitely connect you with Creative Visionaries so that you can get your show on the 2012 launch. We also had the opportunity to attend a conference there with Braveheart Women. We met lots of ladies, and I just have to share a little bit. One lady that totally touched my heart was Dee Wallace. And for those of you that are my age, you'll remember her as the mother that played in E.T. She was just a very high energetic, warm, loving woman. It was really great to meet her. Nancy O'Dell from Entertainment Tonight also spoke with us, got some great pictures. And then on Sunday, we had the extreme pleasure of being invited to a Gappy. And for those of you that know what that is, it's with Michael Beckwith, and he did a very strong, inspirational talk. He also had Bob Proctor there, and Les Brown was also there. So I've had a really whirlwind week. We've launched a show. We've had some great talent in our lives, and today we are here with my two awesome guests, and we're going to get started, and I'd like to welcome my first guest. Her name is Cheryl Millett. Welcome to the show, Cheryl.
Thank you, Wendy. Thank you very much.
I just want to talk a little bit about what's happening with you. You are the director of a company by the name of OM. And I always feel like I have to go for what it is. So just share a little bit about who you are, what you do, and a little bit about this company.
Okay. Cheryl Millett. So my degree is in holistic nutrition. And OM came into my life about 3.5 years ago. They've been around for 8 years, primarily a research and development company, which I enjoy research very much as part of my stint with nutrition so far for about 3.5 years as well. And they are the leader in nutritional supplements, sublingual, so under the tongue, omega-3, vitamin D, and vitamin A. So it's a focus, and that's what kind of attracted to me as a valuable piece of the puzzle, but it's a focus.
So you don't take it like a capsule, you put it on your tongue?
There is
okay,
capsules.
I didn't know that.
There is capsules.
Okay.
For those people that don't like oil in their mouth.
Okay.
For those people that are sensitive to lemon.
So how does that work? What do you mean? If you can't have lemon, what does that have to do with?
Well, they have a food sensitivity.
Okay.
To lemon. Some people have food sensitivities to lemon.
Okay.
So they can't take the liquid, which has a natural lemon.
We had a really great chat the other day before I left for LA, but we talked about the differences between good fat and bad fat. And everybody's always looking at labels saying, oh my God, I can't have it because it has fat. But we know that actually some fat is good fat.
Absolutely.
And you actually know about that. So give us a little quick synopsis about good fat and bad fat, what types they are, but mainly how would we know the difference?
Well, fats are not bad.
Yeah.
The good ones you absolutely need. It is a valuable piece in the body for it to detox, for it to lose weight, for the brain to function properly, for the senses, for healing. It plays an instrumental role if you get the right ones.
Okay.
The key
what are the right ones?
Yeah, the key difference is there's two factors. Before I kind of name the fats, there's two key factors to keep in mind.
Okay.
There's the raw material and what it is. And then what do they do with it, the raw material, before you put it into your tongue. They might do something, you might do something.
Okay.
Those two factors will tell you how healthy they are. And it kind of fits into my 5-finger philosophy, which
we're going to go into,
talk about a bit later. So some of the healthy ones that people are navigating to today is coconut oil.
Okay.
Still not for everyone.
I put that in my smoothie.
Yeah, still, and then olive oil. But you know what they do with it before you put it in your mouth, and what you do with it, you'd be surprised on how the quality.
Well, for an olive oil, you can't heat it correctly. Like an olive oil is a good olive oil in its natural state, right?
Right.
But not if you heat it. Can you heat it?
You can heat olive oil to a certain temperature, but a rule of thumb with fats, anyway, around heating is not to brown it.
Okay, you're right.
As soon as it browns, it's oxidized, not as healthy.
Not good. So can you name what are the good fats? We all want to know what the good fats. We don't want to know the bad fats. Give us the positive first. What are the good fats?
Okay, well, we'll go to
except for the fat on our hips. That's a bad fat. The good fats.
Yeah, people don't tend to like that one. I agree.
Especially ladies.
Good fats. Olive oils. Coconut oil. We said those two.
Coconut oil.
Let's say the whole fats from the foods. So avocado.
Love
nuts,
avocado.
Seeds. Organic dairy, like full fat organic dairy, if you can tolerate lactose and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Certain organic things like organic eggs. You know, so there's good fats. Cholesterol
and that's really easy to get.
Absolutely.
So if you're having a luscious salad, it's great to add nuts or avocado. Can you add them together?
Absolutely.
You could do that together. I love a salad with nuts and avocado.
Yeah. Very, very, very healthy.
And probably people don't know that those are actually good fats. They might look at them as a vegetable or something else, right? Some people do. Okay. So what are the bad ones? Oh, they're not so liked ones, let's say that.
Probably the very simple thing for me to kind of categorize, is vegetable oils.
Totally.
They're, for the most part, not the ones that are supplements like primrose and borage and things like that, but the ones that are in majority of the foods, the canola
oil is
the
really
sunflower, the safflower. These are added to so many of the foods, but they're highly oxidized. They're highly processed, what we call refined, bleached, and deodorized.
Deodorized?
Yes.
Oh, I don't even want to know about that. That's just nasty sounding. I don't use any of them, but I used to. And I think there was a time in my life that I actually thought sunflower oil was healthy.
Oh.
You know, but it was better, I think, than canola, but it's still in the nasty.
Again, it depends on, I mean, I could go into many different areas, genetically modified and things like that. So
we're just going to say they're bad.
You know, they're added to so many different things. They're claiming that it's an omega-3.
Oh, no.
When it's not the omega-3. It's the cheap, unhealthy form.
Okay. So we know the good fats. We know the bad fats. So share with everybody your 5-finger philosophy.
Okay. This doesn't get into the diets. You know how there's so many diets, vegetarian, vegan, all this names. It doesn't get into that because you can use it for any of them.
Okay.
That's what I like about it. So you want to consume or work towards consuming more whole foods, fresh foods. Right? Raw foods. And natural foods. And
they all kind of sound the same.
They all, well,
how do you know the difference?
Whole is whole, right? It's not the orange juice that you buy in a carton, right, or instant orange juice.
So give me an example then of whole. What would be a whole food? So
a whole food would be a whole fruit.
Okay,
right?
So like a full orange.
The orange.
Okay. Awesome.
Or the apple versus, one example I give in my presentation is the apple versus the apple sauce.
Gotcha.
Or versus the apple juice.
Awesome, good example. Good example.
And you get the fiber. That can be fresh. So instead of cooked, like in a pie, or the apple, so you get raw.
Okay.
Fresh would be It's easier with fruit to identify with that.
Okay.
If you picked a fruit, it's only going to be fresh for so long.
Right.
After a while, as a whole fruit, it stays longer. But after a while, it starts to decompose, get softer, get moldy, get brown.
So that would be fresh.
And that wouldn't be fresh, right?
No,
So
no.
if you pick it off the tree,
so
it's
if you've got a piece of fruit in your refrigerator that has mold on it, it's not fresh.
it's not fresh, absolutely.
Do we associate vegetables with raw? Is that kind of the connotation I'm thinking?
Yes,
Okay.
carrots, cucumbers,
okay, so we're
salads.
thinking raw would be vegetables.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to help the audience to
Get a picture.
Yeah, kind of
Nuts,
differentiate.
seeds, not roasted, but
Okay,
but
and the
raw.
Gotcha.
But
and
raw.
fresh would be more like the berries and fruit.
yeah, something that you might have just picked or shortly
Gotcha.
picked. The longer the time is from the time you pick it
To when you eat it.
to the time you eat it.
Okay.
So, for instance, a lot of things are coming in, right, from other countries.
Oh, and it's been a long time
And
on the truck.
Maybe they've been in the truck, or maybe they've been sitting in rooms.
Yeah, so it's
for a
better to buy
long-
from your local market,
Yeah.
yeah?
Yeah.
So we've got whole,
So
we've got
whole.
fresh, and we've got raw.
We've got raw.
Let's go.
And the natural,
Natural.
think of it as somewhat organic.
Okay.
It's grown naturally without a lot of
Sprays
chemicals,
or chemicals.
but no toxic chemicals
Okay,
for the
that's a
most
good one.
part.
That's a good one.
And if you're consuming animal products, it's consuming animals that are on their natural diet in their natural
and fed
habitat.
that way. Okay.
Yeah.
And the fifth one?
Fifth one, good memory,
Good
is
memory.
a supplement or like a superfood that's derived from the same of the four. if
Gotcha.
you can.
So
As
a lot of
close to
people,
that.
for their shakes, they could use the
Absolutely,
superfood.
the superfoods, yeah.
So let's just name the five. So the
Okay.
question is the five-finger philosophy. What are the five?
So whole,
Yeah.
raw, fresh, natural, and supplements from the same.
Awesome. Cool. So we talked a little bit on the phone about whole foods, and I think you wanted to touch base a little bit more on that. We were going into a large conversation about whole foods. Do we need to go there?
Well,
Yeah,
whole
you were
foods, and
telling.
I'm not saying that whole foods of the four or the five is the most important, but that will take you to a direction
Yeah.
of eating things that are more raw
Yeah.
and more fresh
And obviously healthy.
and healthier.
Yeah.
And really, it is what it is. In its entirety,
Right.
it's been put together or
Yeah.
created by nature, created by the plants.
Yes.
In a way that it's supposed to, the vitamin C is the vitamin C, but with the fiber, with the water, with, so
Okay.
many different elements come together.
It would be great if we could think that way, because the world is processed, unfortunately.
Yeah.
When everybody's so busy, a lot of people just grab stuff on the go. So how would somebody who has not a lot of time but is running around a lot on the go put your five-finger philosophy into their lifestyle?
Yeah.
How
well,
would they
it's
do that?
starting someplace.
Yeah.
What I try to do, because I know a lot of people don't get a lot of fiber in vegetables,
Yeah.
and they're
For sure.
substituting
And they
in
would like
things.
to.
So it's eating raw vegetables.
Yeah.
So whether that's
Pack it with you.
because they're easy to
Yeah.
pack. Carrots,
Yeah.
and celery are easier to
Easy.
travel with.
Cucumber. I take cucumber all the time with me.
Cucumber for the day,
Yeah.
but you can prepare some of these foods for a couple of days.
Yeah.
And keep them in a crisper or a veggie
Yeah.
bag or something. You same with a little water, celery. So there's different ways to keep them longer.
Yeah, it's just a matter of people sometimes get lazy to do it, but you know what? You gotta
Gotta
take
make
that
the effort.
time.
Yeah.
Gotta make the effort
Make
to do
the
it.
effort.
I like what you had shared with me on the phone. About how to be grounded with your food.
Oh,
I love it,
right.
and being emotionally sound, because I've talked a lot on some previous shows about pHing your body, but mostly how people eat emotionally, and if we're not happy or we're stressed or something has happened in our life, we tend to eat emotional, and it's not always a good thing.
No.
But you're a great teacher at this, so just share a little bit with our audience about how to get grounded with your food.
Here's a couple of things, Wendy,
Yeah.
that people can use right away.
Yeah.
There's a saying to eat to live
Yes.
instead of live to
eat. Say that again.
So it's eat to live
Yeah.
instead of
Live
living
to
to
eat.
eat.
Yeah.
So if we could just switch that around,
Yeah.
the food is to help support our health for what we need to create in our life.
Yeah.
You know, to do the activities, to spend time with family, to travel with it. You know, we create a healthy body. And so the food is there. It doesn't mean we don't appreciate it or enjoy it or choose the things that taste good. It just means that you think it's a perspective change.
Yeah.
The other thing is to prepare your food not stressed. You know,
True.
with love.
My friend does that.
With
love.
love.
Yeah, with love.
Before you eat your food, so this would be kind of a third thing, is to be friends with your food.
I love that. I was going to say that next.
Be friends with your food.
Hello, best friend. I'm going to eat you.
Yes, you know, whether it's animal or whether it's, you know, we can be grateful
Vegetable.
for what it is, and be friends with it. Because see, a lot of people will eat, even if they're not at that five-finger philosophy, which a lot of people aren't. And they could be transitioning for years and be okay with that.
Yeah.
But to make friends, you know, if you're having that piece of cheesecake that your grandmother makes that you just adore, you're going to make friends with that. Don't feel negative feelings.
Well, I'm laughing because a lot of people, when they're eating something like a cheesecake, they're like, oh, I love this, I love this. And we have a tendency to love the bad food. But we need to find out how to love the good food at the same time.
Absolutely. Well, a lot of people crave sugars and fats. It's there's an article called Craving by a guy that was in the FDA. And the Craving is all about how when we eat unhealthy foods, our brain chemistry changes so that we're actually craving the unhealthy sugars, the sodiums, the unhealthy. So people think they're not disciplined.
And so is it true to say that when you're not craving things, because I've gone through both fluctuations when I've craved and craved, but now that I've been doing juicing now for a month, I don't crave it anymore.
Yeah.
And when I was in Los Angeles, we had buffet and we ate fruit. Then we ate our big salad. Then we put the nuts and we had avocado. And there was full meat and there was full sweets, and we actually didn't eat it. And I'm like, that's when you know that you know that you know, because you can choose to have it if you actually want it because you're entertaining and loving it. And you can choose not to have it because your body's not craving it. Because I find some people look at the sweet table and they're like, oh yeah, I gotta have it, that their body automatically gives them this little sign. But when you can stand in your truth of the presence and say, I love you, cake, but not this time, I don't need it. That's very good.
Absolutely.
Do you have a book on that?
No,
you should
but
write
it's
a
going to
book
come
on
one
that,
of these
girl.
days. But the other thing is not to, you know, we talk about making friends with your food. But the other thing is, you know, if you're desiring something, like I met a vegetarian, actually, and a vegan in a pet store. The vegetarian said to me, I'd like to have Swiss chalet. I was telling her about my presentation, eating disorders. And the vegan says to me, I'd like to try raw milk. And I'm looking at them go, forget the labels. And, you know, if you have that desire, do it.
And let it go.
You know? Yeah, let it go.
A lot of people do that, Cheryl, because a lot of people will eat so many people do this when I'm with them. They're just like, they're eating something that's not good for them. They're like, and then they try and justify why they're eating, and I'm just eat it. Enjoy it and eat it. Don't torture yourself and say, well, I was good today. And I'm like, you're good every day. Or they're like, oh, I'm going to work out later to get rid of this. I'm like, just eat it and enjoy it. And tomorrow's a brand new day.
It's the feeling we have to create. So if we're doing something that we don't like,
we justify to ourselves.
You'll justify it. So you need to switch the perspective.
So we want to love our food, but we also want to love ourselves.
Absolutely.
That's a big thing. And I know you've got a whole topic on that one. Unfortunately, we can't get into about being spiritually sound-minded and healthy. But tell me a little bit about what you brought today.
Well, OWN is a company that...
and you're the director, yes?
Yeah, the director.
You're the director. Congratulations. That's recently new.
Thank you.
Good for you.
Since June.
Awesome.
But the reason why I navigated to is because I learned about how healthy fats were. It is a valuable piece of the puzzle. You know, mental illness or mental, it's like the #1 reason for long-term disability. It's growing, but the brain does run the body. So it's a valuable piece of the puzzle, but because it fits into my philosophy, it's whole, it's raw, it's fresh, the animals are on the natural diet, and it's likened to breast milk. So what people don't realize, and I just say it in the most kindest way, fish oils are not like us. And they really have not, as I've talked to doctors, whether it's a veterinarian with a pet or other doctors, they have not performed like they were led on to be. And there's a good reason for that.
Okay. So what do you have with me today, though? We've got the omega-3 D capsule.
We have the D caps. That's what we came out. That
originally,
came out
right?
first. Originally,
okay. When I first met you, you were talking about that a lot. So I just have to share with everyone, though. When I first met Cheryl, and it was at an event, and I gravitated to you because she just represented health, and I didn't even know what you did. And I've been trying to get her on the show for almost a year. And now this has all happened for you, which is totally great because now we're able to talk about everything. So congratulations for that. What's the other one?
Well, this is the sub-D. What they found out is that the digestive system is unpredictable. And so when you take things under the tongue, it goes into the carotid artery, directly under the tongue, and directly into the bloodstream, and directly into the brain. So the sublingual is my favorite.
It's almost instant then, wouldn't it, if it's going to your blood?
Within minutes. I had a lady who was blind, and because their senses are different, she could feel it travel up the right side of her brain and into the back part of her brain.
That's a really great
So I know
testimony.
it works. You don't have to put radioactive dye into it to figure that out. Other people, they're getting results within minutes, hours, days, weeks. Everybody's unique. We have to keep that in mind. So that's my favorite, and we're going to continue to add healthy fat-soluble nutrients, like vitamin D is in this one now.
That's good.
We have another one that has vitamin D and vitamin A, which is great for prostate. And this one is the PET.
Yeah, I was going to ask that last. The PETs. I have it here. Please don't forget to tell me about the PETs.
Well, they have so much fish oil in PETs now. Again, fish oil has been really the cornerstone for how you can get your omegas in the longer chain. So this is a mammalian omega-3, and it's just like breast milk. Breast milk, which all animals consume, are.
So do you put this in a pet's food?
You put it on the breast foods,
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm going to have to look at that. I have 2 wonderful 8-month-old puppies. So they could start when they're little?
Absolutely.
No better time than now, right?
No better time.
So there's one more item that we're going to talk about, and I call it finger feet. So you got to bring it up.
Yes.
Tell us about this.
Well,
so the funny thing was on Sunday when we were at our service, Michael Beckwith was actually wearing those.
He was wearing these?
He had on a suit and he had those on. So share with the world, because when I met you, you had those on, and I was like, wow, you got some weird looking shoes on, chick. So tell me a little about the finger feet.
I get some good eyes. You know,
Can we get a shot of this? Is it showing? Like, I'm hoping it's showing,
I get some really cool looks when I'm doing presentations, and finally, you know.
So why wear finger feet?
Why? Well, this really is to mimic your bare foot.
Okay.
You know, a lot of times we are fitting into things that are not allowing our body to work its natural ways. Okay. So by wearing these, they're very flexible.
What are they made of?
Oh, it's just like probably rubber.
Okay.
Very, very flexible. And so when I'm, you know, outside climbing stairs or running, I'll wear these all like from spring.
And are they supportive?
Like if you're running, they do have something, a band here that you can tighten that brings up the arch. But because a lot of people's feet, when you wear shoes, you don't use your feet like you should. So a lot of people are relying on the shoes. Now, they can work their way into this, maybe, maybe not, depending on, you know, where they are. So
and where do you get those from?
Mounting Equipment Co-op. Has them, and I know
you ordered them online, right? You ordered them online or got them in the mail?
I went to Mountain Equipment, got these.
I think
I called up and said, put them aside for me, please.
They're big in Los Angeles. They were wearing them at church. So
well, they feel very comfortable. There's many different styles. This is probably one of the original styles. Absolutely. Yes. That's my other pair.
Okay.
And it's more of a
did you order turquoise?
I have turquoise.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much are they?
They're around 80, 90, 110.
$90?
Depending on which ones you get. So they're
cool.
Many different styles. And the new running ones actually have laces.
Oh,
so
they do?
Mimic
well, I thought they were really cool. And they're very healthy. They're really healthy to wear.
Well, you're walking, you're using your feet naturally.
Yeah.
I find them very good. They're like an exercise, though. When I first wore them, it was very much like I was using my feet.
Right.
And after about 5K, I'm going, oh, good workout, good workout.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that. I know that that was a really, really great subject, those feet, and we had to talk about that. And thank you for sharing all of your omegas. But if there was something that you could share, Cheryl, words of wisdom, I'd like to say, or an inspirational thought with the audience, what would you like to tell them?
Wow.
I know.
Just
keep it to
one?
just one. Your biggest one.
Well, I have to say that they need to get the essential fats.
Okay.
Yeah, because the essential fats will help them heal, help
Yes.
brain function. So essential fats, if they get, it'll manage inflammation, it'll manage all. I mean, there's such a, you know, I do a
Amazing
lot
what
of
it does.
presentations
Yeah,
on it, but I'm going to
amazing.
say, get the right, healthy balance of
Yes.
essential fats.
And how do people get that? Where do they find you?
Well, they can get more education on the
Yeah.
website. So that's www.ohm, A-U-U-M, omega, omega3.com.
.com. So we're going to be showing that. And how would somebody get in touch with you? Do you have an email that you'd like to share?
Absolutely. It's Cheryl Millett, so
Yeah.
CHERYLMILLETT
Okay.
at AUUM.ca.
And I think you're also on Facebook.
I am on Facebook.
People can definitely
yes.
find you there.
Yes.
So you want to connect with Cheryl and find out about your good fat, your bad fat, all the omegas. You want to get yourself some finger food as well.
Yeah.
And connect with her. And thank you so much, Cheryl, for taking the time. I know you got to go someplace. And it took me a long time to get you here, but I'm grateful that you took the time.
Wow.
We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be back with the most dynamic Sean Prue.